What's good, y'all? It's your man Sight. Today I'm gonna walk y'all through how I made this dope R&B banger. I can definitely hear Kehlani all over it. Using the MPC and all stock sounds. Let's get to it. Let's get busy. Alright y'all, welcome back to the lab. Once again, it's your man Sight. And as you know, I make videos about creating dope beats using the MPC, as well as other tools for producers and content creators. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I appreciate it. Now what's interesting about this beat is it started much different than usual for me. I actually started out by picking one-shot samples of instruments that I thought would be kind of cool and making key groups out of them. So let's go through them. The first thing I found were kind of like pizzicato strings, and they sounded like this. So being that they were the same notes, I actually just layered them together on the sample, and I started creating a melody using those stacked layers. And here's the melody that I came up with. Pretty cool, right? Nothing major, but I also found this really cinematic dark string, almost like a droning bass type of sound that I wanted to put underneath it, and it sounded like this. Sounded real cinematic, kind of like a dark string you would hear in like a horror movie or something kind of suspenseful. So initially I thought this beat was going to be pretty dark, but when I added a melody using this sound underneath the other one, it came out a little higher. Check it out. So as you can hear, it's definitely got a little bit lighter. Those chords mixed with that bass melody, it sounded a little more hopeful, a little more up-tempo. So I figured it's time to add some drums, get a little bounce to it, and see what we can come up with. So I started with a kick and snare pattern, and this is how it went. Really dope bounce. I like the way it's headed so far, but I like to add hi-hats to give a little more rhythm to the track, and I went ahead and added a hi-hat loop, which sounded pretty dope. Alright, so that's cool. It's got a nice bounce to it, but I wanted to add a little more movement using an additional synthesizer, and with the synthesizer I went right into the tube synth, and I found a patch called Fuzzy Saw. So I went ahead and added that as something that maybe I can use on verses when I want to drop out the main melody. And I'll let you check it out. So I'm thinking that's pretty dope. That's going to work for a verse, and maybe we'll put the other melody back for like the second part of the verse, or maybe you can call it a bridge, something like that. So next I want to get into a bass line. I wanted something that was going to have some more bump to it. We do have that kind of droning bass underneath, which is adding texture to the track and supporting the melody, but we definitely need something on the lower range, something subby, something 808 type. So I went into my tube synth 808 pack, which is on my website, iamsight.com, if you want to check it out. And I chose a patch called Sight Filthy 808.6 and bring our beat more to a complete feel. So as you can hear, I just pretty much supported that droning bass. Really dope, really dope. So I'm feeling like the beat is almost ready. We've got a main verse, we've got a bridge, or you can call it a secondary part of the verse. And now we want to get into the hook. Now, being that this is kind of feeling more R&B-ish, I wanted to give a counter melody during the hook that the vocalist can follow. So I went in a hybrid and I found a synth lead patch that would kind of lead the vocalist through the hook and give them something to work with. Real quick, if you guys are getting value out of this video, I appreciate it if you drop a like down below. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all for watching. Let's get back to it. So at this point, we pretty much have a completed track. Time to organize it in song mode, export it to its own sequence as a song, and then we got a full laid out beat. Let's check it out. Start with the intro. Add the tag. Get ready for the verse. Bring in the bridge. Drop everything out, real dramatic before the hook. So that was really dope. We kind of had everything structured. I thought it really came together nice. And as you see, you really have the tools included with the MPC. You're not really limited if you don't have a bunch of VSTs. The ones that come with it are really good. You can get really good kind of commercial grade sounds. And this is something you could probably hear on an urban pop chart or maybe even top 40. I really heard somebody like Kehlani, maybe a Tory Lanez on it. Somebody with really cool vocals that can kind of get in and out of the pocket with the beat. I thought it would be a good fit. And if you like this video, make sure you check the other one that's about to pop up. Peace.